Okay, so like my what was it the video about SP dungeon before, you may or may not know, but I like analysis a lot. That's one of my not even personality. I can't say that. Okay, anyways, thing is, I like analysis. I like looking into things, and if it's like right there in front of me and I can look at it, I will. So I'm gonna be looking at the one Escanor, since he's about to come out on Global, and explaining why he is the most boring unit that is currently out in Grand Cross, right? So, thing is, the one Escanor is immensely good. Everybody has told you this, you know this because it's facts, alright? But the thing with the one Escanor is, he's so good that he's just become a new Lost Vein. Now, I don't know if Global players had to deal with Lost Vein, but like, back when he came out, I'm pretty sure they had to deal with this because it's Lost Vein, you know? But back when he came out, life just was not fun. Things weren't fun. You can't play the game and have like genuine fun using him or facing him. There was no fun to be had there. You had to run like random units. Also, apologies for if you see like my mouse moving around in weird ways, or if you hear my clicking. It's just I'm opening JP Grand Cross, you know, just as a reference for later so I could show you my other one. But you know, Lost Vein, when he came out, it was just ult rush, then kill. There's your fun. That's how every match goes. Oh, occasionally I have to AoE to break the other guy's Liz shield, and then I can ult. Big difference. That's not fun. But when it comes to the one, the difference is you stall out for a few turns, get his max passive, which his passive is every turn he increases stats by 6%. When he has 3 of them, he becomes immune to debuffs, and then also removes any debuffs, so all the buffs that he had before are still there. And then after that, he removes 1 stack per turn until he only has 1. So he, like, you know, goes up to noon, then goes down back to nighttime, then up to noon, then just keep it like that. If for some reason your game went on for like 9 turns, let's say, then you'd probably have him at max or like 2 or 3 times, right? That's good and all, except not really, because it just promotes stalling, and stalling teams are like generally just the worst ones to run. You're more than likely aren't gonna have fun when it comes to stall teams, because you know you're just waiting to hit someone, and then if they have a Liz shield, then you have to break that Liz shield, then you have to attack with Liz, then you have to hit them. Then you have to, no, that didn't make sense what I just said. You have to break the Liz shield, then you attack with the one, then you break the revive, then you come back, then you have to like try your best to not die, then you ult with the one, and then it's just nothing unexpected, you know? It's a usual game, so that's all I'm really trying to say. Speaking of which, the reason you'd have to break that Liz shield first is because Escanor's powerful attack, if you don't get all level 3s, is this influx card. It does additional damage per 0.8% of what? Additional 0.8% damage per 1% of HP remaining. Basically, if you're at full health, he'll go up to 580% on a level 3. And this level 3 card, this other one that's Supernova, it's just a punch, flick, kapow, instead of the bonk, you have 600%. On level 3, it does more damage. Otherwise, it does not do extra damage. It does not do more damage. This one is a stronger attack if you're at full health. If not, it'd be smarter to try and rely on this. Unless you're at like 58%. Unless you're like above 50% health. Otherwise, just rely on this. Or just rely on this influx card. That to say, most of your matches are more than likely going to be you attack with 2 single target cards, kill everyone on the field, or kill at least one person on the field, and then just survive like that, and then your enemy quits or they don't quit and your match goes on for like 30 seconds longer because you killed everyone already. So real fast, I'll cut to me showing on Grand Cross the usual teams that you'd probably run into when it comes to the ones when you're, you know, attempting to have fun. But before that, real fast, his ult, 720%, does death damage. That's on ult level 116. death does 20%. If you have him 6/6, it does 100%. It's a guaranteed kill on 2 units. Completely counters Liz's survive, you know? And then I'm pretty sure the death damage goes even past the Liz shield, because it naturally does 10-80% damage and then also does the death damage afterwards. So after you murder someone, then the death will apply because they don't have a shield anymore because they died. You know, it's just that. So Escanor's main thing is really just, I'm big man powerhouse, I hit you, you die. That's basically it. Let me show you the teams real fast. So right here, I've got my favorite iteration of the Escanor team. I don't have all my gears set, don't bully me. But I have my favorite iteration where it's Droll in the front because I hate using Goddess Liz. Escanor and then Gowther. You build up with Escanor and Gowther. Hope Droll doesn't die so that you can get you can still have Gowther's passive stacking up. And then you use Death Pierce to lower their crit resistance, since you know Escanor really relies on having those crits. If Escanor doesn't crit, he's probably not going to do his big damage. Of course, like, here's why I wanted to show my Escanor as an example. One, he's got the main drip. Escanor's drip, my Escanor's drip is the best. I don't know about yours, but mine is the best. But I have like a lot of his costumes maxed out because I simped day one, you know. Don't have all of them maxed, sadly, because these Christmas ones came out later, and I don't have mats because, you know, I maxed out Easton instead. But you know, I do have him like pretty built up. SA4. Only ult level 1 because I got shafted. But main point being, my Escanor is fairly built, right? This is the main team. He'll do a lot of damage. He'll one-shot. It's Escanor. You already know how it is. A lot of times my Escanor won't one-shot, or he won't finish it off because I'm using a level 1 or a level 2. That's why the main strategy when you're using Gowther that I found is rank up whenever you can to get Escanor level 3s, then 2-shot anyone, because they're probably using a Goddess Liz. By the way, this team is purposely handicapping myself. The other team is use Goddess Liz in the front, then Death Pierce in the back. I mean, I think that's like slightly higher CC. My Droll is 6/6 on my Liz is 3/6, so it's not going to be as high. Or it shouldn't be as high, logically. But, you know, Liz gives a revive, Escanor. Oh yeah, by the way, Droll also gives an attack buff every buff that you have, and then he also has his commandment on the field, so that's really helping him. But Liz is just there to make sure Escanor doesn't die immediately. Gowther is there for the buff ups, and then you have Death Pierce. Now, Death Pierce in the back is like a lot of the time you just replace him with Lost Vein, just because Lost Vein, you can have him in the back so that in case someone dies, you have either a big damage dealer or you're still using Gowther's passive. Either or, it depends on if Liz or Escanor dies first. Or you can have them both in the front. Or instead you can have, where is he? My Sariel isn't built. But you can have Sariel in the front and then Liz in the back, or Death Pierce in the back. More than likely you'll have Death Pierce in the back because you're trying to rock like... Because with this team you're just trying to go full crits, full damage. You're not caring about like how you end up. So you'll just rock this, you know, Escanor, Sariel, they kill everyone. Gowther is there as support. Gowther is always there as support, best support unit in the game, next to Easton. And then you just, you know, live your life, you do your thing, you just do what you do, you know? And then there's also one more, the best Escanor team in the game actually, where it's green Escanor with Goddess Liz in the front and then Gowther on the side. You can if you get lucky, you can completely counter the one just by using green Escanor. I promise you. I made a video on it actually. I'll probably do the card thing if I remember. You can completely counter the one by just using green Escanor if you get a level 3 turn 1 and then he also crits. Assuming your Escanor is like fairly built up, by the way. If he isn't, you're dead, you're done. There's actual counters to the one like Deanne, because if Escanor can't crit, then he can't kill you. You know, you have to run full defense gear on her, or you have to have her defense, all her defense cosmetics. And then you run your own the one yourself. Death Pierce in the back if you want, or, you know, Lost Vein if you're casual. And then also, is there any other ones that I can remember right now? And you can have Zeldris in the back if you want to run like the Droll team, because that'll give everyone extra stats, 16% extra stats, because you're running Zeldris in the back. And then, you know, Droll's command will activate, then you attack. Droll is there to buff up, of course. Or, is there any really other good ones? I mean, you could run Tarmiel on the team, maybe, because you want to have your damage reduction so Escanor doesn't die. But, you know, that doesn't really affect. And then you have your Green Gill. All this to sum up and say, the fact alone is that Escanor is just a really boring unit, because he's just big man do big damage. Here are my teams. They're all stall teams until third turn. If it weren't like that, Escanor, because to be 100% fair to Escanor, there is no other way it could have gone. They made him a meta unit, so they made him a meta unit where you had to wait for him to buff up, right? Or, you know what, I actually neglected one more team. There's also the Ludociel team that you'll see Nagato and other whales running, because they have money. I don't have money. But Ludociel, his passive activates, say, lower defense. That lower defense related stats of 40%, then you bonk turn 1 with Escanor, right? That's it. That's what that strategy is. I can't do that. That's probably the funnest way to run Escanor, by the way. Just, you know, crit team with Escanor. That'll be the most fun team, just because Escanor, you know, you can see them big numbers. But other than that, if you're not turn 1ing people, Escanor team isn't like really too fun, because you still have to wait the 3 turns. You have to ult rush. You'll have to get those level 3s. You have to wait your own entire time. Because Escanor is a meta unit. Being fair to him, if you're a meta unit, more than likely you're gonna have Goddess Liz on your team, Gowther on your team, and you live life how it is. Sariel is probably like the only case where that isn't true, because you can't run Goddess Liz on that team. That's really it. That's all I gotta say. Escanor is boring because he just big man do big damage. Not his fault. It's literally just the fault of how like PvP is designed in this game with Goddess Liz. You can't really like live your life and have fun. You can't have fun with red units either too much, unless it's like Sariel can maybe survive Lost Vein if you ult rush first and they don't utterly murder you, then maybe. Otherwise, you can't really have fun with red units. And yeah, that's it. Assault Melee dead. Already. Off jump. Assault Melee dead. GG. Subscribe, watch more, like, I don't know, do whatever you want. Yeah, that's it. Bye.